ओके। हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो। और ये पार्ट टू है ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग द 48 लॉज ऑफ पावर। मेरा फर्स्ट पार्ट में मैंने पहले 5 लॉ के बारे में को कवर किया था, जो कि थे, जो मैं यहाँ लिख कर रखा हूँ, वो है नेवर आउटशाइन द मास्टर। तो अपने मास्टर से कभी को आउटशाइन करने की कोशिश मत करो, उनसे बड़ा बनने की कोशिश मत करो, क्योंकि वो तुम्हारे लिए गलत हो सकता है। नेवर पुट टू मच ट्रस्ट ऑन फ्रेंड्स एंड लर्न हाउ टू यूज़ योर एनिमी। तो अपने दोस्तों को ज़्यादा ट्रस्ट मत करो, और अपने एनिमी को कैसे तुम यूज़ कर सकते हो ये देखो। थर्ड इज़ कंसीडर इंटेंशंस। तो आपको जो भी मन है करने का, उसको ज़्यादा लोगों को बताओ मत, अपने अंदर रखो, ताकि लोग उसको अगर जानेंगे नहीं तो उसको उसको तुम वो ख़राब नहीं कर सकते। विच इज़ आई थिंक बहुत अच्छा एक चीज़ है जो मैं हमेशा कर देता हूँ। मैं हमेशा लोगों को बता देता हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि लोग खुश होंगे। पर मैंने बार बार ये चीज़ करके देखी है कि शायद ये मेरे खिलाफ ही आता है। लोग आपको गलती बोलते हैं, आपको गलती सोचते हैं, वो भी शायद उनके साइकी में नहीं है, वो भी आई डोंट नो क्यों ऐसा करते हैं। पर लोग जनरली पसंद नहीं करते। अगर आप उनको अपने अंदर की बात बताएंगे तो शायद वो कुछ ना कुछ करेंगे आपको हार्म करने के लिए, नोइंगली और अननोइंगली, जो होता ही है। तो और जो फोर्थ है वो मुझे लगता है कि थर्ड का एक्सटेंशन जैसा है, ऑलवेज से लेस देन नेसेसरी। अपने हमेशा कम बोलने की कोशिश करो, जो भी तुमको पता है उससे सब कुछ बताने की कोशिश नहीं करनी चाहिए। लोग थोड़ा गेस करते हैं तो वो ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है सब कुछ बताने से। और सो मच डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रेपुटेशन गार्डेड विथ योर लाइफ, विच आई थिंक इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑल्सो। आपका रेपुटेशन इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आपको अगर लोग ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे आपकी बातों पे, तो शायद आप किसी भी चीज़ के लोग आपको आई मीन द पावर आपको फिर नहीं मिलेगी। मतलब आप अगर आपको लोग, और जो फिफ्थ है वो है सो मच डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रेपुटेशन गार्ड विथ योर लाइफ। तो रेपुटेशन इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स आई थिंक, जो इस किताब ने बताया है, जो कि मुझे लगता भी है। रेपुटेशन बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। लोग अगर आपकी रेपुटेशन एक बार गई तो फिर लोग आपको वैसे ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे, जो कि बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। तो अपन लॉ 6 से देखना शुरू करते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत सारी चीज़ हम सीखेंगे। तो मैं कंटिन्यू करता हूँ लॉ नंबर 6 से।
Law 6. Court attention at all costs.
ओके।
The more he spoke, the more he alienated others. Atlantis couldn't only know much depends on fierce. Borgia understood that perception can be as reality. Law 6.
ओके।
Court attention at all costs. Thomas Edison.
व्हाट?
Law 6. Court attention at all costs.
कोर्ट अटेंशन एंड ऑल।
Thomas Edison knew that being a genius wasn't enough. You had to be seen. He wasn't just an inventor, he was a showman. He staged electrifying public demonstrations and made bold claims about future technologies robots, thinking machines, things he never intended to build. But that didn't matter. The public was hooked. Meanwhile, his rival Nikola Tesla may have been the more brilliant scientist, but he lacked Edison's mastery of attention. And in the game of power, perception often beats reality. In 1915, rumors spread that Edison and Tesla would share the Nobel Prize. But when the committee approached him, Edison rejected the offer because accepting it would have placed Tesla's name alongside his. And to Edison, attention wasn't something to be shared. It was a resource to be controlled. Everything in life is judged by appearance. If no one sees
बात तो
you,
सही है।
you don't exist. Most people fade into the background, afraid to stand out, afraid to be noticed. But if you blend in, you're powerless. The solution is to become a magnet for attention. Stand out, appear larger, more intriguing, make them look. But no one is born knowing how to attract attention. It's a skill you must learn. Let's talk about 6 powerful strategies to ensure your name and ideas outshine the competition.
वाओ।
First, attach your name to the sensational and the scandalous. If no one is paying attention to you, create a controversy. P.T. Barnum, the legendary showman, planted fake scandals about himself in newspapers because he knew that in the game of attention, even bad press is better than being ignored. However, use this tactic sparingly. Once you have the public's eye, constant controversy can backfire. But in the beginning, the quality of attention doesn't matter, only that you have it. Second, keep reinventing yourself. Attention is fleeting. If you don't evolve, people will get bored and move on. This is why pop stars constantly change their image. Reinvention keeps you fresh, unpredictable, and in demand. Third, be unpredictable. Predictability makes you invisible. People feel in control when they can predict your actions. Take that away from them and you gain power. Fourth, create an air of mystery. In a world where everything is overshared, mystery is irresistible. Never reveal everything at once. Leave people guessing. A little secrecy makes you fascinating. Mystery forces people to pay attention. They analyze your every move, trying to figure you out. And the more they wonder about you, the more you stay on their mind. Fifth, being attacked is better than being ignored.
What the fuck?
Most people fear criticism. They try to avoid controversy. Big mistake. Attention is power, and controversy fuels attention. Don't fear criticism, use it. If they're attacking you, it means they're paying attention. Sixth, appear larger than life. People don't admire ordinary, they admire legends. Never downplay what makes you different. Amplify it, own it, use it to your advantage. If you blend in, you disappear. If you stand out, you rise. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Thomas Edison, the so-called great inventor, built his legend not just on innovation, but on taking credit for others' work. In the late 1800s, Edison hired Nikola Tesla, a brilliant scientist, to improve his outdated electrical generators, promising him a $50,000 reward. But when Tesla completed the work, Edison laughed and told him, "You don't understand American humor." Tesla was furious. He quit and later developed alternating current, a superior electrical system. Tesla, though a genius, never played the game of power. He focused on invention, not influence. And in the end, he died penniless, while Edison became a legend. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards visibility. It's not who works the hardest, but who claims the spotlight. Never do for yourself what others can do for you. Here's 4 reasons why. First, burnout is for the weak. If you try to do everything yourself, you'll burn out. But people admire those who seem effortlessly efficient, almost godlike in their abilities. Second, you don't have every skill. Use people who do. Even the most talented people have weaknesses. The solution? Find those who have the skills you lack and use them. Third, stand on the shoulders of giants. Some of history's most celebrated figures weren't original creators. They were brilliant borrowers. Shakespeare borrowed plots from older writers. Picasso copied techniques from other artists. Steve Jobs didn't invent the personal computer. He took existing ideas, improved them, and made them his own. The real genius isn't the one who creates from scratch. It's the one who knows what to take and how to use it. Fourth, sometimes sharing credit is the smartest move. Taking credit is crucial, but sometimes giving credit strategically can give you even more power. Take Henry Kissinger, the US Secretary of State under Nixon. He was the mastermind behind America's historic negotiations with China. Kissinger understood a crucial truth. Sometimes letting others shine in the short term ensures you keep your influence in the long run. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. In 1600, during Japan's greatest civil war, Tokugawa Ieyasu, a patient and cunning warlord, faced Mitsunari Ishida, a powerful enemy. But instead of striking first, Ieyasu waited. He planted spies, spread false rumors, and bribed Ishida's allies, turning them against their leader. Slowly, Ishida's position crumbled from within. When Ishida finally launched an attack, his army was already weakened from internal betrayal and exhaustion. Ieyasu crushed him at the Battle of Sekigahara, securing his rule over Japan. Sun Tzu once said, "The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him."
Okay.
Powerful people don't chase, they attract. They understand that making the first move often leads to mistakes. By waiting, observing, and luring others into action, they control the game. Here's how to make others come to you, on your terms. First, keep others reacting, never react yourself. The moment you react, you lose control. Instead of chasing opportunities or enemies, set the stage and force them to play by your rules. Create temptation and offer they can't refuse. Make them think they're in control until they've walked right into your trap. Stay calm. When they move out of desperation, you strike with precision. Second, bait your enemy. Then strike. People act out of greed, ego, or fear. Learn to exploit this. Greedy people dangle wealth. Arrogant people challenge their pride. Fearful people threaten their security. Third, control the battlefield. If you fight on someone else's terms, you lose. Always maneuver the battle onto your ground. Choose the setting. Let them come to your arena. Control the timing. Strike when they're vulnerable. Make them feel safe. Then take it all away. Fourth, exploit your opponent's weakness. Everyone has a flaw. Find it and press on it. Impatient people rush into traps. Prideful people refuse to back down. Desperate people make mistakes. The most powerful leaders don't fight battles head on. They manipulate emotions, create illusions, and make others destroy themselves. Fifth, master your emotions. Never act out of anger. Aggression feels powerful, but it makes you predictable.
Master emotions, never act out of anger. I think that is one of the most important lines जो मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी में करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि मैं गुस्सा करके एकदम से आउटबर्स्ट ना करूँ, जो कि मतलब कभी कभी ओवर पावर कर देता है वो, और आई एम लर्निंग, तो ये बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट है मेरे लिए एटलीस्ट.
If you let rage control you, you're playing into someone else's hands. Remember,
कंट्रोल करते हैं आपको लोग जब उनको पता होता है कि वो कुछ बोलेंगे जिससे आपको गुस्सा आएगा, और आपको गुस्सा आएगा तो आप कुछ गलत करेंगे. तो अगर लोग चाहते हैं कि आप कुछ गलत करें तो आपको गुस्सा दिला देंगे ताकि आप वो गुस्से में कुछ गलत करो. और ऐसे मेरे साथ बहुत बार हुआ है जहाँ पर मैं किसी को बहुत अच्छा दोस्त मानता हूँ और उसने मुझे गुस्सा दिलाया है ताकि मेरे अंदर गुस्सा आ जाए उस दोस्त, ऑब्वियसली दोस्त किसी ने कुछ बोला तो, और मैं कुछ ऐसा कुछ कर दूँ जो कि उसके फ़ायदे का है पर मैं कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस जो भी होगा गलत वो मेरे ऊपर आएगा. और ऐसा हुआ है मेरे साथ, तो इमोशंस को कंट्रोल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
The calmest person in the room holds the most power. Patience forces others to make mistakes first. Emotional people are easily manipulated.
Emotional people are easily manipulated for sure.
Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. In the 17th century, the Catholic Church insisted that the earth was the center of the universe. Challenging this belief meant risking persecution. Many tried to argue against the church and failed. But instead of openly arguing, Galileo played a smarter game. Instead of debating, he built telescopes and invited powerful figures to see the evidence for themselves. He didn't argue. He demonstrated. And once people saw the truth, they couldn't unsee it. Winning an argument might feel good in the moment, but the victory is an illusion. Sure, you might win the debate, but you stir up resentment, ego wounds, and lingering hostility. Instead of changing minds, you create silent enemies. As Balthazar Gracian put it, the truth is generally seen, rarely heard. Instead of proving a point, prove results. Actions
Makes
persuade, words.
मतलब आपको काम करके दिखाना पड़ेगा कि आप सही हैं. आप सिर्फ बोलते रहेंगे कि मैं सही हूँ तो कोई मतलब महत्व नहीं रह जाएगा. ये बात तो सही है.
Don't. Of course, there are moments when an argument can be useful, but not to prove you're right. Instead, use it strategically to confuse, deceive, or control the situation. Take Victor Lustig, the infamous con artist. He once sold a fake money printing box for $10,000. When the buyer realized he'd been scammed, he came back furious. Now, Lustig could have argued. He could have defended himself, but that would have made him look guilty. Instead, he played dumb. He acted shocked that the machine wasn't working, and even blamed the buyer for misusing it. Then, like a true manipulator, he offered to return the money, knowing full well he had already won the psychological battle. Here are 3 ways to win an argument without fighting.
Whoa.
Feign ignorance. Act confused to shift the burden onto your opponent. Overwhelm with details. Use technical jargon to make them doubt themselves. Offer a fake solution. This makes your opponent feel like they've won, even when they haven't. Law 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Some people don't just bring misfortune upon themselves, they spread it to everyone around them. Lola Montes was one of those people. A fiery Irish courtesan, she had a way of enchanting powerful men and ruining them. King Ludwig of Bavaria was one of her many victims. Unable to resist her charm, he showered her with wealth and influence. But her presence brought chaos. Protests erupted, Bavaria spiraled into crisis, and his people turned against him. By the time Ludwig realized the damage, it was too late. Forced to abdicate, he lost everything. He later admitted, "I was bewitched by her."
What?
Just as a disease spreads from person to person, so do emotions, mindsets, and misfortunes. Some people radiate negativity, and if you let them into your life, their chaos becomes your chaos. The unfortunate often draw misfortune onto themselves, and they will pull you down with them. They come in different forms, but the signs are clear. Drama follows them everywhere. Broken relationships, ruined careers, endless complaints. They drain your energy. No matter what you do, they're never satisfied. They're always the victim. Nothing is ever their fault. They live in crisis mode. Constant instability, bad decisions, and self-sabotage. They pull you into their problems, whether through guilt, manipulation, or sheer emotional weight. So when you encounter one, just run. Don't argue with them. Don't try to help them. And never introduce them to your friends.
Whoa.
You'll only spread the infection. Some people can't be saved, and trying will only bring you down. Instead of wasting energy on the wrong people, focus on surrounding yourself with the right ones. If toxic people drain you, then positive people do the opposite. They uplift you, inspire you, and make success feel effortless. Here's how to improve your life through the right associations. If you're naturally anxious, befriend those who are calm and grounded. If you're often pessimistic, surround yourself with optimists. If you tend to isolate yourself, connect with the socially confident. Your mindset is shaped by those around you, so choose wisely. Stay away from the infected and instead align yourself with the fortunate, the happy, and the strong. Law 11, learn to keep people dependent.
ओके मैं यहाँ रुकता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि 5 और लॉ हो गए हैं और हम इस पूरे सीरीज़ को 5 लॉ का करके ही देखेंगे। मुझे लगता है कि तो बेस्ट रहेगा और ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग हुआ है। मतलब मैं आज जो चीज़ सोचा हूँ और सीखा हूँ इस वीडियो से, मुझे लगता है कि वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, जो कि कहीं ना कहीं आपको लगता है गलत भी, पर आपको अगर सर्वाइव करना है इस ऐसी दुनिया में जो कि बहुत एक्चुअली में गलत है, तो आपको भी थोड़ा तो मतलब अपने साइड पे कुछ करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपको कोई भी यूज़ कर सकता है, आपको कोई भी मैनिपुलेट कर सकता है। जैसे कि एक इसमें एक पॉइंट बोली थी मुझे बहुत सही लगा, जो लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा टॉक्सिक मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा नेगेटिव एनर्जी अपनी लाइफ में ले आते हैं, जैसे लास्ट जो पॉइंट था वैसे लोग भी होते हैं। मतलब मैंने देखा है कि वो बस ड्रामे होते हैं ज़िंदगी में, कुछ ना कुछ होता ही रहता है और वो बहुत ही ड्रेनिंग होता है, जो कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा एग्री करता हूँ इस चीज़ से। और मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैं दूर रहूँ इन लोगों से। ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, इट इज़ बेटर टू बी अलोन दैन टू बी इन अ बैड कंपनी। आई थिंक आई rather be alone because I don't think being with people who are not good with you, even I've actually मैंने अपने बहुत सारे दोस्तों को कट आउट कर दिया इसी चक्कर में, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि बहुत नेगेटिव हो जाती है कभी कभी लोग यार। खैर एनीवे, ये सीरीज़ मुझे बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है देखने में, मैं बहुत कुछ सीख रहा हूँ और मुझे लगता है कि बहुत कुछ सीखना और बाकी है इस वीडियो से। और मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं शायद पूरा रिकॉर्ड करके डाल दूँ या पार्ट बाय पार्ट करके डालूँ, पर मुझे मदद बहुत आया। अब ये 11th जो है, लर्न टू कीप पीपल डिपेंडेंट ऑन यू, आई थिंक इसको मेरे को ये समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहे हैं, पर इसको अच्छे से समझेंगे और आगे और भी 5 लॉज और 6 लॉज जितने भी मुझे लगता है होगा उतना करेंगे। फ़िलहाल ये वीडियो आई थिंक 19-20 मिनट का हो गया है, तो सायोनारा गाइस, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। और बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, और अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं किसी चीज़ को किसी भी एक साइकोलॉजिकल और फिलॉसफी से रिलेटेड कुछ भी थॉट प्रोवोकिंग कोई भी आइडिया है, कोई वीडियो है जो आप चाहते हैं कि मैं जिसको देखूँ और जिसको समझें बैठ के, प्लीज़ कमेंट करो। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।